solo project of mine. I got my man D-Ray hooking up the beats, and there's probably going to be some MC collaborations with the crew as well. But I think, like, in a nutshell, like, anybody who's my friend or who's supported me and seen me perform, like, on multiple occasions throughout the years, like, I think they know that the time has come for a Cale Sampson solo album. Basically, like, I'm sitting on like 100 tracks, you know what I mean, that are just waiting for the right beat.
Yeah, golden stuff. Yeah, 94 to 96. Yo, little hip-hop history lesson. Listen up. Yo. Let me take a trip down memory lane to 1994 with the Cal bringing pain when all I needed was common sense. And one more chance to represent.
Like, releasing an album is like a serious life goal of mine. Like, this is what I live my life for. It's something I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, you know, and I think, like, I owe it to my friends and my fans too, because there's a lot of the tracks that I perform live, a lot of them, you know, like, are like, people know the lyrics off by heart, but they go home and they don't really have any frame of reference to listen to because it's never been recorded. So basically the Cale Sampson solo album is kind of a combination of all these tracks that I've done live throughout the years that people know, and then also some new shit as well. So the plan is to definitely have this done by the end of the year. It's of extreme importance to me, and like I said, I owe it to myself, I believe, and also to a bunch of people, man. I can write without hearing a beat. Like, I put a lot of focus on the lyrical side of writing songs, so sometimes, like, if the beat's not there and I've got an idea or a concept streaming through my mind, like, I'll just start writing and making up my beat as I go along, and then, like, you know, once I hear that beat, I can adjust to it, or you know, just work it in a way where they mesh together, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, most of my writing is done kind of in isolation without the beat, but I do like to hear the beat as well sometimes and work my flow to the beat.
All right, right here, hear this flow.
Facts of War Part 2 is gonna be on my solo album. For people who don't know, Facts of War Part 1 was a track that I did. Pretty much I started writing it on September the 12th, like the day after the 9/11 issue.
It's only 50 years back, but then it's non-renewable. It's gasoline in our automobiles, everything plastic, all packaged materials, telephones, credit cards, toothpaste, shampoo, glasses, acid and house paint, cameras, liners, film, toys, game, purchase some of the many products that oil can make.
And basically at that time, like, I kind of took it upon myself to I knew something was wrong, so I pretty much, like, put myself in isolation for almost a month and just, like, was on the internet reading all sorts of articles to try to find the real information that was going on with the Bush administration, because I think we all felt that something was right. And if you can recall, like, back at that time, it was kind of taboo. Like, right when it first happened, it was kind of taboo. People were like, I don't know, like, whether, you know, I should be bashing Bush right now. Like, you know, the states are kind of sensitive.
Go through something he already wanted to do. This president never served when he was called upon to pull strings to avoid combat in Vietnam.
But I think, like, you know, like, I recorded that track. I felt like it was something that I had to say. And I put it out there, and even my own crew at the time was like, I don't know whether we should put it out because it's like it could have like a backlash, man. It could have a negative effect, but we went for it. And at that time, Facts of War Part 1 was one of the first songs that was kind of bashing Bush because it was a sensitive issue at the time. And then just to elaborate on Facts of War Part 2, I called it Facts of War Part 1 for a reason. Because I knew that I wanted to say a hell of a lot more.
By 1990, internal advisors warned up the company's potential demises. Already 150 billion in the hole, and if Savannah makes correct, stock value will fall. 1 month later, Bush decided to sell 2/3 of the shares in Harkin. Let me help, that's a lot. To cover 1/3 of the market for good timing, he made a 200% profit. 850 grand on the deal, and its stock price on the exchange. What a scale!
But then, a couple months passed, and 6 months passed, and all of a sudden it became kind of commonplace. And everybody was Bush bashing songs, and I was like, I kind of lost the integrity for the initial one, and I was like, I gotta flip it in a different way. So around that time, my affiliates who are performing with us tonight, the Island City Monsters from Montreal, they put out a record called The Facts of War in tribute to that song, where pretty much they just had a bunch of cats spit, anti-war songs on it, and one of these cats on that record was this guy Euphrates, and I heard his song, and he had this track where he was rhyming through the perspective of a soldier. And I was like, man, not to bite his style or whatever, but it was just like, I was like, that's what I gotta do. That's what I'm gonna flip. That's how I'm gonna flip it and turn it into Facts of War Part 2. So just to give you a little preview of Facts of War Part 2, that's the angle I'm gonna be taking. I'm gonna be rhyming through the perspective of an American soldier who's fighting in combat in Iraq.
When do we want it?
I mean, the crew is my family, you know what I mean? Like, I love these guys, they're like my brothers, so we're always united. We've been through so much shit together. Even like a year and a half ago, we were peaking. We did a little van tour on the Vans Warped Tour. We were getting some love in the press. We were doing some big shows, and that was all together. All right, y'all, we're just gonna spit a little rhyme for you now that we got you tuned in. Just a little something goes like this. Hey yo, I do this for myself, forget everyone else. Blocking all these voices out is good for my health. I can't think about wealth, even though I could use it. Cause if I get confused, then my skill is basically useless. I am the underground, and that's where my root is. But the truth is, I want all of y'all to hear this music I'm producing every day. In every way, Cale exudes it. Just look inside my pupils and you'll see that's where the proof is. This industry is ruthless. Still I choose to get into it. Been through its whirlwind before and managed not to lose it. I'm not stupid. You can't tell what my next move is gonna be. You're wondering, I'll hit you with some new-ish. Make them all look foolish. Not here to school kids or get affected by the rumors. Go and grab your toolkits, cause the only rule is do this because you love it. Soon as it's forgotten, that's when artists start to plummet.
So, do you have any shout-outs out there?
First and foremost, when it comes to shout-outs, I gotta big up my family, my mom, my dad, my cousins. Secondly, my extended family, the Rhymthmicru, my affiliates in Montreal, Island City Monsters holding it down, and also just, every artist who's, graffiti artist, MC, breaker, DJ, who's just trying to get their name known, you know what I mean, and put out a positive message. I'm just representing on behalf of you as well.
And where'd you get the leather jacket?
None of your business, man.